A satellite communicator is the one piece of gear that can save your life when cell service ends, and 5 of the most popular ones will let you down when it matters. Coverage gaps, subscriptions that punish pausing, SOS buttons that can't explain the injury, designs that die when your phone freezes. 2 survived. The top pick works without a phone, pole to pole. Number 5 has the SOS button, but not the conversation. In the 5th place, the SPOT Gen4 looks like cheap insurance, but it leaves rescuers blind when a crisis hits. You get 4 preset messages and an SOS button, period. There is no screen and no real-time two-way messaging, meaning if you break a leg, you cannot explain the injury or cancel a false alarm. You press the button and hope. Under the hood, this orange puck runs on the Globalstar network, which has massive coverage gaps at high latitudes and over oceans. To make matters worse, its tested transmit power is a measly 0.4 watts. That is a fraction of the 1.6 watts you get with a Garmin, which is why testers at Outdoor Gear Lab ranked this device dead last, scoring it a pathetic 3 out of 10 for emergency messaging. Top that off with a $29.95 activation fee and severe cancellation penalties, and this is just a false sense of security. Number 4 is the flood of cheap, sub-$50 Amazon listings buried under keyword soup like satellite GPS emergency locator. These look like a massive bargain, but the deception here is dead simple. They are not communicators at all. They are standard passive GPS receivers. That means they can look up at a satellite to figure out where you are, but they have absolutely zero outbound transmission capability. You cannot send an SOS, text your spouse, or alert a rescue network. The product copy uses misleading survival talk, but if a listing does not explicitly name Iridium or Globalstar, it is just a silent paperweight. Do not bet your life on a device that can only watch you freeze. In 3rd place, the SPOT X fixes the one-way problem on paper, but it still rides on the exact same network weakness. Yes, you get a full keyboard and real two-way messaging, which is a massive upgrade over the Gen 4. But because it runs on Globalstar, you still inherit those massive coverage holes. If you head to the far north, the far south, mid-ocean, or parts of Central Africa, you are completely off the grid. Worse, in field tests, these devices struggled more than Iridium units when canyon walls or tree canopies got tight. From this point on, coverage maps are not marketing fluff. They are required reading. And if you want to cancel your 12-month contract early, prepare to pay an early termination fee equal to 100% of your remaining balance. In 2nd place, the ACR Bivy Stick is a frustrating paradox because its satellite side is actually excellent. It runs on the 100% global Iridium network, which is exactly what you want. But the operational reality breaks down the moment you need to send a custom message. To type any custom text, you must pair it with your smartphone. If you are out in the backcountry below freezing, your phone battery can easily plummet 30 to 50%. If your phone dies, you cannot describe the emergency or coordinate rescue, leaving you with SOS only. On top of that, ACR Bivy Stick charges 75 cents per extra message beyond plan limits, and those credits do not roll over. I refuse to bet my life on a setup that fails if my phone gets cold, especially when standalone devices let you compose and send directly on the unit. And finally, in 1st place, the absolute biggest hazard in this category isn't a physical button. It is the predatory subscription model that turns a device sitting in your gear drawer into a relentless money pit. We buy these things for just-in-case situations, but the industry actively penalizes occasional off-grid travelers. Garmin restructured their plans in 2025, completely removing their old Freedom plan, meaning many users now face $14 to $45 per month year-round. If you try to pause and restart SPOT, they hit you with a $29.95 activation fee every single time. ZOLEO charges $4 a month just to keep your number and email active while paused. Over 3 years, a moderate user easily spends $400 to $700 on subscriptions alone. That constant monthly drag quickly outpaces the hardware cost itself, turning your safety net into a financial trap. In second place for the devices that actually work, the ZOLEO satellite communicator offers the strongest value without pretending to be a flawless navigation tool. Unlike the Globalstar networks, this little brick runs on Iridium, giving you coverage from pole to pole. If your phone dies, you aren't helpless. ZOLEO still has a dedicated SOS button and physical check-in buttons right on the housing. When your phone is alive, its app uses smart routing to automatically hop between cell, Wi-Fi, and satellite so you don't burn through your message credits. In my trail tests, messages went through in 2 to 5 minutes, right on par with Garmin. The budget side is where it shines. The hardware costs between $150 and $200, and the basic $20 monthly plan gives you 25 custom messages. Best of all, you can pause the plan for just $4 a month without losing your dedicated number. The honest catches? It weighs a hefty 5.3 ounces, still charges via micro USB, and has 0 onboard mapping. But if you just need a reliable lifeline, this is a steal. And finally, in first place, the Garmin inReach Mini 2 is the one I would actually trust with my life when the sky turns black. Why? Because when your smartphone freezes, shatters, or drops down a granite ravine, this 3.5-ounce block keeps working as a completely independent communicator. You don't need a paired screen to survive. You can compose, send, and receive custom texts directly on the unit using the physical buttons. It runs on the Iridium satellite network, giving you pole-to-pole coverage over every ocean, mountain range, and polar cap. It blasts those signals out with a solid 1.5 watts of transmit power, punching through heavy canopy cover where cheaper devices fail. But the real clincher is the interactive SOS through GEOS. Instead of sending a blind ping into the dark and just hoping, you can text back and forth with active rescue coordinators. You can describe the exact injury, coordinate the evacuation, and cancel the alert if you manage to limp out on your own. The hardware is field ready, giving you up to 330 hours of battery in 10-minute tracking mode, plus modern USB-C charging. The honest catches? It costs around $300, and Garmin's 2025 subscription restructure removed the old flexible Freedom Plan, starting you at $14.99 a month. That is a painful monthly hit, but standalone independence is what buys your way home. First up, you need a hard, practical filter to weed out the junk before you trust your life to a piece of off-grid plastic. I use 4 strict rules. Check 1. Is it on the Iridium network? If it runs on Globalstar, you better double-check their actual coverage map for your exact destination, because those geographic gaps are real. Check 2. Can you type and send a custom text directly on the device when your smartphone dies in the freezing cold? Check 3. What is the actual 3-year cost? Factor in those hidden activation, pause, and overage fees. Finally, check 4. Is the SOS interactive? You need 2-way communication to coordinate a rescue, because firing a blind, one-way alert into the dark is a terrifying gamble that I refuse to make. These brands prove safety isn't about flashy apps, it's about redundant hardware. If your communicator relies on a dead phone battery, you bought an expensive brick. Which device do you trust? Tell me below. Next, we expose dangerous survival shelter myths. Subscribe for more honest gear tests.